हाँ सर वही मतलब वहाँ पे हम चाहे थोड़ा सा वो जो हटा सकते हैं थोड़ा सा वो रिफ्रेम करके थोड़ा सा छोटा कर सकते हैं क्योंकि मतलब वो स्लिप जाते हैं वहाँ पे रिजल्ट्स। हाँ यस सर। जैसे इसमें जैसे इस वाले में है टेबल 4 में भी जैसे दिया हुआ है तो हाँ इसमें हाँ सर वही था कि इसको प्रोडिक्ट करके कुछ कर दे सकते हैं कुछ जैसे यहाँ पे ये वाला है सर टेबल 4 हाँ यस सर। हाँ, ये सर टेबल 5 सर ये हाँ हाँ यस यस सर। हाँ टेबल 5 हाँ इसमें ये टेबल 5 का जैसे फोर्थ लाइन में सर did not predict। हाँ सर इसमें फिर हाँ सर हाँ सर हाँ यस इन दिस सिचुएशन टू एंड हाँ यस सर हाँ यस यस हाँ सर नहीं परेशानी इसमें ही नहीं मतलब सर क्योंकि ऑलरेडी पहले भी मतलब मेंशन कर चुके थे पिछले टाइम में मतलब छोटा सा अलग चाहे हाँ हाँ सर इसमें जो पहले लाइन में ही अब लिख चुके थे आपने स्टार्टिंग में भी टेबल 5 प्रेजेंट दो सबसे पहली लाइन है टेबल 5 represents the results of predicting negative reciprocity exhibited by members of two religious groups in student 3 which involve variating strong religious also religious uh, high similar to the other two situations religious identities in situation 3 2 did not predict the likelihood of retaliation. So ये लाइन मुझे लगा शायद ये this situation to an inverse relationship between list identity and can be seen in the case of model one for both uh, so, yes yes hmm yes uh, yes 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 so और हम कुछ कहीं कम कर सकते हैं कि सब चीजें ऑलरेडी सब इम्पोर्टेंट लिखी तो वो
हेलो 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 am I audible please please mute yourself
हाँ सर वही तो वही कर सर वही कम करें
good evening Nuria
Good evening, Ashok. How are you?
I'm fine and you
I'm doing well, thank you.
yeah
तो सारी चीजें इम्पोर्टेंट नहीं जो हमने हाईलाइट भी किया है
so Nuria can you please mute this
Yeah, I'm just doing that. Yeah. And I've also just made you presenter.
yeah thank you
So Ashok, you should be able to like share your screen and
yeah thanks
controls.
yes
So we'll get started in some time. I just wanted to log in
yeah.
early in case there were any issues.
yeah definitely
Okay? Perfect. So we'll just wait for a little bit and then
yeah
start. Perfect.
yeah
Thank you.
you're welcome
Hi, students. Good evening to today's AI mentoring session. We're going to wait a couple of minutes for some more students to trickle in, and then we'll get started with the session. So just stay tuned. Thank you. Good evening, students. Thank you for joining our Future Ready Talent AI mentoring session today with us. We will be starting our session now. This call is recorded, so we will be also sharing the recording with you after this session is over, and it will be available on our FRT YouTube channel as well. To get started, I'd just like to introduce everyone who is on the call. My name is Nuria, and along with me, I have Vaishnavi, Akhila, who are part of the Future Ready Talent team as well. We'll be here to answer any of your questions regarding the FRT process or the platform. Along with us, of course, we have our AI mentor, Ashok Pandey, who has over 15 years of experience and is a Microsoft certified trainer. He will be guiding you through today's session, which is on exploring text analytics. Just a couple of housekeeping rules before we get started, and I hand it over to Ashok. Please do stay on mute unless we've asked you to come off on mute. If you have any questions, you can raise your hand or you can post your questions in the chat, and we will get to answering your question. Also, as a reminder, today's session is mostly focused on how to utilize AI services in your Future Ready Talent project. Tomorrow, we have a different session, which is from 5 to 6 p.m., in which everyone from the Future Ready Talent team will be available, and it'll be an open office hours. So you can join in, and if you have any questions specific to the platform or any issues you're facing, you can go ahead and join that session as well tomorrow. So for now, to not waste any further time, I'll hand it over to Ashok. So over to you, Ashok.
Thank you, Akila, for introducing me. And guys, as you know, today's our session is all about the text analytics, which is as your AI-based service, language service. So, guys, for this session, you need at least as your subscription. So you need a valid as your subscription, which has your at least your credits. Now, first of all, if you don't have, then you have to create this account subscriptions, and then you can proceed. If you have already, so it's no issue. Now, I have my subscriptions and I have logged into my portal.azure.com already, and you can see my account over here. So once you log in successfully to the
Ashok,
Azure, yeah.
just one thing, your screen is not visible.
Oh, thank you,
No
Kila.
worries, no
Sorry,
worries.
yeah, thank
No
you.
worries.
Yeah, I hope now is it visible?
Yes, yes.
Yeah,
Perfect.
thank you.
Thank you.
So guys, first of all, you have to first log into your Azure portal with your valid subscriptions. If you have it, it's okay. If not, create an account and log into the portal. And I have already logged into my portal.azure.com, as you can see here. Now, once you logged in successfully, you have to create your resources. So you can search for your resources like as your AI services. So if you go with AI service, so you can see the Azure AI services. So you have to select the service, and then you will see here the list of all services. So you will see list of all services. Now, what we need is where our service is language service. So this language service is actually neutral language processing, NLP service. So it's a cloud-based Azure AI service, which actually includes text editor or analytics capability. So as the name you see here, language service, language service. So now over here, you can see that we have options to create our service. So first of all, click on the create, and here you see this, there are two services that you need to select. You have custom question answering. We will cover this session later on. Okay, in our upcoming FRD session. But here you see this, we have text analytics for health or other things. So we have to use our this service. So now we need to click on the select, and once it is selected, you can see this green checkbox. So this says, okay, we are going with this service. And here you see this, we have the options to create our resource. Now we have to specify our resource group. As you know that if you are aware of the cloud platform, Azure cloud platform, so you might be aware that all our cloud-based services and resources, they need to be stored in the resource group. So resource group actually act as a logical container of the resources. Now, you have to specify a name for your container. So I just say RG1, which is resource group 1. And now you need to specify the region where you want to host your service. Okay, so it is by default East to US. I'm going with the default one. And we need to specify a unique name. So for my project, I am going to use the first three character of create and land, and I say 1. Just to check the name, is it unique? No, there is something. 2. So now I got the name. So this is the unique name. Now we have to define our pricing. After we define our pricing tier, now we are going with our storage account. So if you have your storage account already, you can use the existing one. If not, then you have to create your storage account. So I'm going with the new one. So in this storage account, we will use to host or upload all our trainings. Okay, now I say this is my name ST storage. And what type of storage account you want? So we have different type of storage account in Azure. So I'm going with the premium LRS. So now here we have to select this agreement. After specifying all these settings, you just need to click on the review plus create. So it is now going to check all the settings that we have done so far, and there was no mistakes. So it has validated those things, and now it is giving us the options to create the resource. If there was anything wrong, then this will not show us. First of all, we have to correct the error, and then we can proceed. So since there is no error, we can just click on create. So this tool help you to analyze your informations. For example, guys, I have some text. I have some text. Here you see this. Suppose that what happened is we visit to different places for vacations, and then we stayed in the hotels, and the hotel department, they always ask for some kind of feedback, review, and they give us some kind of paper or some kind of form to fill up, where they take the feedbacks. Now, suppose that we have these informations with us. Okay, and now how our Azure text analytics can help us extract the information and review this in a simple way. Simple, in general, what happen is the form they gives in a hard copy. Now, how we can extract the informations and train our Azure text analytics to review these things, review these files. So this is what we are going to perform and learn. So my deployment is in progress. As you can see, it will take 1 minute, less than that even, or maybe 2. Okay, so once it is done, then you will see that how we will extract the informations from our those files. So now you see that our deployment is completed. And if we go here to the resource group, you see the resource that we have deployed. Okay, create language too. So if we go inside this resource, now guys, this resource we have created in the Azure portal. And now here you see this key and endpoint. Key and endpoint. These are very important. Actually, the tool that you will create, you need these endpoints to specify in your API. Okay, so now this API actually are used to access your services. Services like this analytics, text analytics service. Now, let's see how we are going to use this one. I'm going to Cloud Cell. So first of all, guys, you have to access cell.azure.com. Like portal.azure.com. This is to create your resource, and then cell.azure.com. azure.com, which is cloud-based shell. Okay, so now you need to, if it is first time for you, okay, so you need to create the account first. And once it is done, then you will see your shell. Now, I am going to use this shell to upload my application. And then I need to use this key and this endpoint to use here. Now, since I have created my account, my storage account here, now I am going to call my code. So I will just use code. Now it has loaded AI demo, and here you see this analytics text. So it's a code. Now you see this, what it is asking, key and the endpoint. So I am going to copy this key and replace the existing content, and then I need the endpoint, and so I just use my key and the endpoint, which was generated by my analytics text analytics resource. This is all run automatically, as you saw. Now I am going to use that here. Now before I can use it, I have to save this one. So I click here and I'm going with the save. So I just save this. Now look at this here. I told you that I have review 1, 2, 3, 4. And each of the file has certain informations. Now look at this. I am going to use those one. Okay. And if you look at, so we are going to use analytics, text analytics service. Okay. And now this is the coding. So you can write your code in any of the language, C, or you can say Python. Okay, based on your preference. Now I have done my work. Now what I need to do is to run my code. So once it is executed, or the as you can see here, I need to run this one. So before I run, I am just going to close this one so that we get more space. So close. And now I say cd AI demo. Okay. Now we are going to run that script. So analytics text.ps1, and which file I am going to run, I want to review, is the review one. So what are the informations here? Good hotel staff, Royal Hotel, London, UK, date, clean room, good service, great locations near Buckingham Palace. And now let's see. I say review review1.txt is my file name. There is a problem. What happened?
Sir, you have left an extra T in the endpoint link.
Sorry, sir.
Sir, you have left an extra T in endpoint link. When you pasted the link, endpoint link.
Okay. Just wait. Just wait. Which one you are saying?
After the .com, the extra T.
Oh, thanks. Yes, by mistake. Now, thank you. Now it's done. And I'm going to close this one. Okay. Now you see this. The key phrase which it has extracted: Royal Hotel, good service, great location, Buckingham Place. So it has extracted all these informations from that file. And also it is trying to give some ratings. URL. Now, similarly, if we change this file to this one. So this time it is showing us some different options, some different informations. Score, language, whatever it is there. Okay, so review 2, look at this. So there is this one. Okay, so you can actually use this type of service for analyzing your ratings or your feedbacks that you receive from your customers, and it will show you in a very a meaningful way and faster. So you can think to create a tool that help you to analyze your customers feedback and lot of things. And most of the important is not that much complex, easier to use. So it just takes a few minutes to create your resource, and that's it. Yes, Nuria ma'am. And guys, remember one thing that this is a part of neutral language processing. Okay, so yes, ma'am, it was a small topic. Yeah.
Perfect, perfect. No, thank you so much, Ashok. And with that, students, we'd like to open it up for questions. If you have any questions about, what exactly Ashok has demoed, or if you have any additional questions about how to essentially use an AI service within your projects as well, now is the best time to ask your questions because we have Ashok with us itself. So with that, I'll open it up to question and answers. You can either raise your hand and we'll ask you to unmute and ask your question, or you can post your question in the chat itself and we'll read it out for Ashok. So I'll just open it up for questions now. So it looks like Ashok, I think all students are well educated on this, and they don't seem to need any additional support. So just a question, Ashok, like from my side, and even for students who are on the call, since now we have asked them to integrate AI service into their FRT projects, is there any tips you can give also in terms of how can they utilize both AI service as well as a core Azure service? So, for example, if a student is creating a project with static web apps as one of their Azure core services, and they're incorporating, like a text analytical segment through AI service in their project, how to make the two services interconnected and related to each other. If there are any tips you can share on that also.
See, there are, if you look at Azure core services list. So you will see there are many services listed. These are all AI. So you can use some of the services such as like Azure Kubernetes. Oh,
So Ashok, I'm just
yeah,
posting a link of
yeah,
the
yeah,
Azure
that will be
Services
great. Yes,
directory.
that will be. Yes,
So this
then
is
I
the
can
link that all
try.
students also have, so that you can utilize the same.
That will be great for me
Yeah, yeah. So I've just
also.
posted it on the chat, so
Yeah,
go ahead.
just wait. This is AI.
Correct. So if you scroll further, it's
Yeah.
the full list as well. So not just AI and machine learning,
Yeah.
but others as
Yeah.
well.
Now you say this. What we have? We have compute. So the thing is, we can use more than one services. Like you say, you have static web applications. You have virtual machines. So you can create a tool, like suppose that you have a website. You have a website, and in the website you integrate your AI service, like the text analytics, where you will allow your users to upload your files, and then it will extract in the backend and will give you the result. Or you see, we have the classifications. Okay, object classification or object detections, or document intelligence. So you can do what? You can create your web page, and you can use those services where you will ask your users to upload the images, and based on that, the machine that you have, actually the model you have trained, what it will do is it will detect the object, and it will give you, or it will help you to analyze those. So you can actually create your website and then use this tool along with that, and this is the perfect one. Okay, but if you go with the virtual machine, then you have to think about that what service you will use. Okay, guys, but this one is much more widely used one. Okay, guys, if you have any, okay, or you can also go with the Azure Function app. So you can create one applications, AI based applications, and you can use the Azure Function app along with that. So there are, or you can also go with the containers. So you can create a container along with your AI service. So the users will just download the container and they will get the applications in the container. So when the user will download and use the container, they will get your tool inbuilt, and they just need to upload the images or the text. Okay, and then it will use, or it will analyze your objects. So there are different services available, guys, which you can actually use along with this. So there are different tools, but you have to be little bit aware about the other core services to utilize these AI based tools together. You
Good.
have DevOps. Yeah.
Yeah, go ahead, please, Ashok.
Yeah, you have DevOps also. So you can use the GitHub, you can use your Azure other services and AI services. You can create some kind of applications based on your AI. You can take the advantage of the DevOps and push your informations in your production environment. So you can create a AI tool to track the work. So there are a lot of things, possibilities available. You can also use the Visual Studio to write your code. So we have lot of services, core services here. So you need to be familiar with this, and then you get advantage of your AI tools to integrate them together. Yeah, yeah.
No, I was just thanking you for the suggestions, and students, for you also. Um, I know some of you are still thinking about how to utilize an AI service in your project, or you might have already created a version of your project and now you have to add an AI tool. So this definitely should help you, just give you ideas also. So for you also, as you're thinking about how to start your project, these are just some ideas that Ashok is giving you in terms of which services can work best with each other, so that you're getting the most out of that project experience as well. Ashok, just one, I know it's an entire session in itself, but we have one student, Saurabh, who wanted to learn how to add Azure MySQL database to our project. So, for example, to use to our web app as an example. I know that's a full session in itself, but if there are any like high level points you'd like to share with Saurabh while he's on the call,
See,
or any information.
Saurabh, do you have your SQL in your environment? First, yes or no? Otherwise, you see this. If you go to the portal, okay, and if you go here, okay, what do you see here? You have the SQL database, you have the SQL server. Okay, so you have to just create your resources. Okay, and then what is the next, man?
Yeah. So Saurabh, if you want to come off on mute, I hope that helps you at least initially with answering the question.
Okay, sure, ma'am. Uh, yeah, I have the access of SQL database and MySQL database also.
So
But
you have
the
your SQL
question,
server. So you have SQL server on-premise SQL server.
no, on Azure.
Okay, you have already deployed your SQL database.
No, sir, not
Ah,
deployed yet.
like, see, you have your sorry. Uh, Something going wrong. I cannot exit because I need this. Yeah. So you have SQL server,
Yes, sir.
and do you have your database also?
Not created yet.
So you need to have, see, SQL server is something different than your SQL database. Am I right?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so you have to create your database. Okay. What's
Okay.
next? What next?
Then I want to know how can I add it to GitHub? Will it be a security breach? For example, the keys for my server get on the public repository on GitHub, so anyone can see and misuse it.
So
So that is the concern.
your main concern is like you have, like, suppose that you deploy your database server, you deploy like you created your database, and now what you need to do is you want to integrate that one with your GitHub. Am I right?
Yes, yes.
Okay. So mm,
Because sir, on GitHub we have the public repository generally.
yeah,
It
yes,
is accessible to all.
yes, definitely. You get the public repository. You get the public repository over there, and yeah, even in GitHub you can go with the personal repository. It's not a big deal. Okay, so you have two
Okay.
options there. You have public, you have private. Okay, so
Yeah, yeah.
so if you don't want to go with the mm, that public. Okay, go with your
Yeah.
private one. Private one. So it will be hidden from everyone.
Okay. And then how will I submit this project?
Sorry.
Then will there any problem in submitting the project for the internship?
See, look, when we go with the public, try to understand.
Yeah.
When we select the public, because we want our users, our friends, our companies, our colleagues to download the content from my repository or anyone. You got my point?
Yeah. Yes, sir.
Okay, your project is your project. You don't want that things to be make available with others.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so it is not going to affect your project, but is going to make your repository hidden from the others.
Okay, sir.
Okay, so you go with that way.
Okay. Okay, sir.
So no need here to come. You got my point?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so you got your answer, sir?
Yes, sir.
Okay, thank you, Saurabh,
Yeah.
for your question, and I hope that helped you as well. Students, we have about 10 more minutes left of this meeting. So I do suggest, make the best of this 10 minutes because we do have Ashok with us. So all of your queries regarding AI services and how to integrate services into your project, this is the best time to ask those questions. So if you have any questions, do raise your hand or you can post your questions in the chat as well. We'll take care of the answer. So Ashok, just while students think about if they have any questions, just wanted if you could just do a simple call out about, how to utilize Azure credits effectively. So
Yeah.
now that students have
Good.
to use
Thank you.
3
Yeah, the most
services.
important,
I know,
aspect,
exactly,
yeah.
correct. So
Yes.
just for the students who are on this call, if you could
Yes.
just help them navigate that a little bit
Yes,
also.
guys, see, actually, we provide you like when you create your account, GitHub account, or so we provide you $100 credit. Okay, $100 credit. So guys, remember one thing. This $100, okay. So you are not paying anything. Okay, you are not paying anything. We are giving this one as a part of the Microsoft. Microsoft is giving you $100 free credit to every account that you create as a part of our FRT project. Now, but remember one thing, guys. If you go to the Azure portal, okay, if you go to the Azure portal and if you create any resource, okay, if you create any resource over there, okay, the money will be deducted. The money will be deducted. So suppose that you create, for example, you create one service, like we created our text analytics language service. Okay, so you create your language service here and you didn't, like after you created, you kept it running. You kept it running. Though this is free for you, but for the Azure, that Azure, okay, it says, oh, in your account you have $100, and every resource has a pricing. Okay, There is a pricing involved. So the service you are using or you have created, this money will be deducted from your $100. Now, after you created, you left it for 7 days. You thought, okay, I am working on my project. Okay, let me do some other work, and you forgot. But still, portal knows that this subscription, which has $100 associated with it, is using this tool. Whether you log into the portal or you don't log into the portal, is still this service is being used. And what will be happen? It will actually create your bill. Okay. And once this $100 is get finished, you cannot use your account again. You have to create another one or add. If you have specify your credit card, okay, so Microsoft will send you message whether you want to continue or you want to discontinue. You have to disable your resource immediately. So the better idea is, guys, use this $100 very wisely. Very wisely. So, like I am demonstrating some, like my lab. I am done with. I will not keep my resources running. What I will do? I will simply, I have done my work. I will simply go and I will delete the resource group. I will just simply delete my resource group. So what will happen? Any resources that I have created, it will be deleted and it will not consume my money. This was for demo purpose, not for my project or something. Okay, so after, suppose that if you need to practice something, do your practice, and after you finish, don't forget to delete your resource group and the resources that you have created. When you delete your resource group, the resources that are inside the resource group will be deleted automatically. So the best idea is you delete the resource group, then you don't need to remember each and every resources name and to delete them individually. As you see that I just deleted the resource group. So any resources that was inside my resource group will be deleted automatically. It's kind of like you have a folder and you have there are subfolders and files inside that parent folder. You delete the parent folder and all the files and folders will be deleted automatically. The same thing is this. So just delete the resource group after you complete your practice, and once you are more comfortable or once you are confident that yes, my project is ready, now I can proceed, just do one thing: create the final resource and project, record it and send the link to the respective Nuria, or any link you have got. Over to you, Nuria.
I don't actually have any link offhand right now. Would have
Well, they do.
to
They
search.
know how we have to see it.
Yeah. Correct. But students, this should help you. Basically, you do get your $100 free Azure credits as part of your GitHub Student Developer Pack, within which you have access to Azure for Students, which has utilization of this $100. If you utilize your $100, so as the Shok was mentioning, if you keep your services running, even if you're not utilizing or submitting your project, then it eats into your $100 Azure credit. And after those $100 expire, you're not able to get a renewal of the $100 until after 12 months have expired from that day. So your Azure credits are valid for 12 months. So make sure you try to stretch it for as much as you can. Especially, we do recommend you only start creating your project around the time when you are going to submit your project. If you are creating your project, but you're still doing other areas of FRT and you submit your project much later, there is a high chance that when you submit your project, your Azure credits have already expired, which means our evaluators actually don't have access to your project anymore. So there's nothing we can evaluate you on, which means we will have to fail you for your project submission. So just be careful about how you're utilizing your Azure credits because it will impact your project evaluation as well. Um, so I hope everything that, Ashok just mentioned does help you think a little bit about how to utilize those credits to the maximum usage as well. So with that, if there are no other questions, students, we'll wait about 2, 3 more minutes. Otherwise, we will end our session today on time. Um, and in the meantime, Ashok, if there's anything additional you would like to share with students, otherwise we will wrap up
Yeah,
today.
definitely, guys. I will request you. You have got a good opportunity of $100. You can do a lot of thing, lot of thing. You can explore. You can create your resources. You can practice. Once you created the resource, once you are done, delete the resource immediately and they will not deduct any kind of your credits. And if you keep those services running, definitely. So guys, uh, I am repeating my statement again. Use this $100 credit wisely and explore more and more resources or as your resources, because remember guys, now Azure cloud, sir, cloud computing, or you say cloud is our future. It is our future. Previously it was on-prem and now it is all about the cloud computing. So any organization, any company that you will work for, okay, so they will definitely ask you to work on cloud platform. Every organizations, many organizations, they have already moved to cloud and there are very few left and they are moving to cloud. New organizations, they are not going for on-premise. They are not going for on-premise. If there is any new organizations coming up, a startup, all the startups, they are going on cloud. They are going on cloud. They are not investing at all on their on-premise infrastructures. They are just trying to get more out of our Azure platform. So I will request you all guys, please explore as much as you can, explore the different services of our Azure or cloud-based Azure services. Thank you,
Okay,
Nadia.
thank you. No, thank you so much, Ashok. And like Ashok mentioned some very valid points. The reason why we are encouraging all of you to utilize AI and cloud services in your projects is because of the importance in today's job market as well. So, as you know, the Future Ready Talent essentially helps you upskill in these important in-demand tech areas, and then we help connect you to future job opportunities as well, which is why we keep emphasizing in your projects to ensure you have at least one AI service, you're utilizing core Azure services, because for the long term as well, it will help you stand out in comparison to your colleagues as well. So this is a very important skill set to have in today's time as well. But with that, students, since there seems to be no other questions from your side, we will end today's session on time. Thank you all for joining today's session. We do have another session tomorrow from 5 to 6 p.m. with all of the FRT team, in which if you have any questions regarding the process or any issues you're having with your particular FRT journey, it is an open office hours. So you can drop in at any time between 5 to 6, and we all will be there to answer your questions. So I want to thank you again, Ashok, for your time today. And students, we'll have another AI session next week with Ashok as well. That will be our final FRT AI mentoring session for this year, 2023. And we will take a winter break and resume again in January of 2024 after that. So do look out for information regarding those sessions as well. And thank you all for joining today's session as well. So thank you again, Ashok,
Thank you,
and
Nuria.
students.
Thank you.
Thank
See
you.
you
Thank
soon.
you. Have a great rest of the
And
evening.
happy new year. Oh, no, next
No,
next
week. Next week. Yes. But no, thank you in advance.
Yeah, thank you in advance
No,
also.
yes. Thank
See
you
you.
so
Thank you.
much. Thank you.
Thank
Thank
you.
you,
Bye-bye.
Akila. Thank you, Vaishnavi. Thank you. Bye-bye.
Thank you,
Thank you very
everyone.
much.
Thank you.
Thank you.